Hey everybody, this is Brian, Anita. I'm in the process of taking off my makeup. Had a pretty good show. Things are getting kind of crazy right now. I was with Nova and we were on our way to Denny's. Oh, that was Annie messaging me. We were on our way to Denny's to get some food, and I got pulled over, and it went all right. The cop was just hunting DUIs, you know. He felt that I did not stop far enough away from the crosswalk, but I and the person I was riding with, obviously, we were able to tell that I did stop far enough, so there wasn't really much of an issue beyond that. But as we were sitting down for a midnight snack slash late dinner, because for some reason us drag queens have not yet figured out how to have dinner before we get ready for a show. I read that there has been a mass shooting in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub, and Pulse is a gay club, identifies as a gay club. Tonight they were having their what they called their Latin flavor night, and the reports are pretty bad. I've been keeping updated with Orlando Police Department's Twitter, because in this century that's how people announce things like this, on Twitter. They said that between NBC, Orlando Police, and CNN, that dozens of people have been injured. There was a backup call to get more gurneys for more of the injured, to get them off the ground. A lot of injuries, and it's a mass shooting. There's going to be deaths. There will absolutely be deaths. It's a sad fact of life when it comes to things like this. And we can't let this force us into submission. This will be a day that we will be telling our children and our children's children about the massacre that happened in Orlando, Florida on, what the fuck is this, June 11th? June 11th, 2016. I don't know, like, a lot more. What I do know is that there are still people in the club, in Pulse nightclub. They're not able to escape. There are reports that this may be a hostage situation. There have also been reports that the attacker may have explosive devices strapped to himself. So if this situation isn't wrapped up soon, it could go from bad to very, very much worse. Pulse nightclub actually tweeted, "Everybody get out and just keep running." So if you pray or if you send any kind of energy, please send it to our brothers and sisters in Orlando, Florida. Believe it or not, it's already difficult enough to be LGBT in Florida. It's very, very conservative state. Always has been, especially Dade County. Of course, it brought us such little delightful individuals like Anita Bryant, who somehow is still alive and kicking. But yeah, I just needed to make a video, and I want to encourage everybody to not let this further our oppression. Still go out, still do things, still go to drag shows, go to my shows. Tip. Don't stop being you. Don't stop being a part of your communities. in our communities, because without us, there are no communities. We can't expect the heterosexual majority to see us and to give us the rights that we deserve as fellow human beings if they don't actually realize we exist. So we have to be present. We have to continue fighting. We have to make our voices heard, because nobody's going to speak up for us. The allies will try, and their efforts are greatly appreciated. But ultimately, it has to be our voices screaming and hollering and announcing that the oppression has got to stop. What has happened tonight is a mass shooting in a gay club. There is almost no way that this could be not a hate crime. Like, I don't see any way this couldn't be a hate crime. Just because somewhere someone decided to isolate this one club filled with a very marginalized minority class of people and go in and just open fire. And still now refuses to let them go. And now they potentially have the threat of being blown up or something like that. The fight isn't over. We're not as safe as we thought we were. We're not as safe as the straight people think we are. Keep going outside. Keep dressing up. Keep being you. Don't back down. Don't disappear into your shells. I was chatting with Nova 6 about this earlier tonight, and I said I would probably be one of those people who turns into a turtle and pulls back into his shell, and I realized that that's not good. Obviously, it's not good, but it's not acceptable for me. As somebody who wants to help the world and help the LGBT community, it's not acceptable for me to recede into my shell. And I finally get it. Like, Harvey Milk had a quote that's currently actually painted on the wall of his old camera shop, which is now a human rights campaign shop. And it's should a bullet enter my mind, may it break open or break apart every closet door. Meaning he knew very well that he might not make it. That some conservative, heterosexual asshole might decide that the squeaky wheel needs to be replaced. And as difficult as it is to accept, we all have to come to terms with that. We have to come to terms with the fact that we all have to do our part and work together and put our differences aside. And lift each other up. And make sure that we are known and heard and seen. Because if we're not, then they win. And I'm just hoping that what happened in Orlando tonight isn't the start of a long chain of horrible events. So, yeah, that's what I gotta say. And I love you all, and please stay safe. Stay armed. Hell, I keep pepper spray in my bra now for things like this. So check out CNN.com, NBC.com. Follow the Orlando Police Department on Twitter. And I'll of course be posting statuses, updating what's going on tonight. and I'm hoping that this situation isn't as bad as it seems, but even though I'm only 30 years old, I've seen enough things like this to know that when they start saying, tens of people have been shot, it's dozens, because it takes time to figure all of this stuff out. So, stay safe, keep your wits about you, travel in numbers, pack a fucking whistle, and, keep fighting.